Good evening everyone, I am Chinmay Khadke from India Meteorological Department and I welcome you to this weekly weather video. Here we will be discussing about the weather that occurred in the last week and also the expected weather in upcoming 2 weeks. So the most important point about the update of monsoon advance. The southwest monsoon has further advanced into some parts of the southeast Arabian Sea, Comorin and Maldives region, as well as some parts of the Bay of Bengal. And conditions are favorable for further advance of this monsoon in some more parts of the southeast Arabian Sea, as well as some further parts of Bay of Bengal in next 48 hours. If we look at the weather systems in the last week, there were 3 western disturbances that successively affected the northern parts of the country. Then there were a couple of sizes that were observed over Rajasthan, and then over southern peninsula there was a north-south trough that was observed over this part from MP to South Tamil Nadu from in the later part of the week. Because of all these systems that were observed during last week, the weather that was observed during last week was, if we talk about the heat wave conditions, it mostly occurred over eastern parts of Bihar and West Bengal and Sikkim on one day each towards the end of the week. The highest maximum temperature of 44.2 degrees centigrade was recorded at East Uttar Pradesh on 25th May, and the lowest minimum temperature of 15.5 degrees centigrade was recorded at Delhi region on 27th of May. If we look at the heavy rainfall observed, Tamil Nadu recorded 5 days of heavy rainfall. Also the Rajasthan, the East Rajasthan recorded for a couple of days of heavy rainfall, and West Rajasthan also recorded heavy rainfall for 3 days. Apart from that, the southern state of Kerala as well as interior South India parts of Karnataka recorded heavy rainfall for a couple of days. The northeastern states and the eastern states also recorded heavy rainfall for 1 day each. If we look at the squall observed because of this successive passing of western disturbances, the northern parts of the country mostly recorded the squall. If we look at the hailstorms, then again, because of successive passing of these WDs, the northern parts of the country and some of the central parts of the country also recorded hailstorms. The dust storms were observed for 3 days over the Rajasthan. If we look at the weekly rainfall departure for past 1 week, because of this western disturbances, mostly the northern parts, the northwestern parts of country received excess rainfall, whereas the eastern parts like Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Bihar and the northeastern states received less rainfall during this particular week. If we look at the seasonal rainfall for the entire month of May, then the entire month of May, most of the country received good amount of rainfall, and it was large excess rainfall recorded over most of the parts of the country, barring the northeastern states as well as some parts of the western coast of the country which received deficient rainfall. If we look at the main synoptic features as on today, then there is a western disturbance as a sizer over North Pakistan and neighborhood. Then there are a couple of sizes there is an induced sizer over Punjab in the lower levels as well as over southwest Rajasthan. There is another sizer over cyclonic circulation over coastal Andhra Pradesh and another over East Central Bay of Bengal. Because of these features, in next 5 days, we are expecting for northwest India rainfall along with thunderstorm and lightning and occasional gusty winds over most parts of the western Himalayan region over first 2 days. And this is likely to subside as we go further into the week. Heavy rainfall is very likely at isolated places over Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh on day 1, that is today. If we consider South India, then rainfall with thunderstorm and gusty winds is likely over Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Lakshadweep, coastal South interior Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh during the next 5 days. Heavy rainfall is also expected in Kerala for next 5 days. If we consider Northeast and East India, then fairly widespread rainfall with thunderstorm activity is expected over Northeast India and some states of East India, that is Odisha, Gangetic West Bengal, during most days of the week. If we look at the warnings, as you can see, for next 5 days there are no orange color warnings. However, light to moderate thunderstorm activity will prevail over northwest India during first 2 days of the week, as well as over the southern peninsula. The thunderstorm as well as heavy rainfall will be recorded. However, there will not be any severe weather during next 5 days. The temperatures, that is heat wave condition as well as warmer temperatures, will continue over the eastern parts of the country for next 3 days. However, there is no heat wave alert that is being given for a warning that is being given for next 5 days. So forecast of rainfall is likely over extreme northern parts, that is the Jammu, and some parts of the northeast India, as well as the southern states of Kerala and Karnataka are likely to receive rainfall in the week 1. If we consider the week 2, then the rainfall is likely to increase over the northeastern states as well as some more parts of the western coast. If we look at the forecast for next 2 weeks of temperature, then mostly during first week, the eastern states of Bihar, Odisha and Jharkhand, heat wave conditions are likely to prevail over these states, and the heat wave conditions as well as the temperatures are likely to rise over second week over most of the parts of the northern parts of the country. So maximum temperatures are likely to be normal to above normal over most of these parts. Also, heat wave condition is likely to occur over isolated pockets over northwest and central as well as eastern parts of the country during week 2. If we look at the cyclogenesis forecast for next 2 weeks, then for week 1, moderate probability of cyclogenesis is likely over the northern Andaman region as well as east central Bay of Bengal. And if we look at the Arabian Sea, then there is also moderate probability of cyclogenesis over southwest Arabian Sea over week 1 and later part of week 2 in the western Arabian Sea. We have our own apps of Mosam, Damini, Meghdut. You can use these apps as well as you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter and our Instagram handles. That is all from my side today. Thank you. Jai Hind.